In the boundless sky of the universe, the stars are forever shimmering spots of light, carrying stories full of mystery and mystique. However, imagine a special star where a day lasts a mere 25 seconds. This sounds unrealistic, like an unbelievable phenomenon. But science has proven that the universe is inherently diverse, a place where countless wonders can occur. Specifically, scientists at the University of Warwick in the United Kingdom have discovered a white dwarf star named Lamont CO24-1952. With its extremely fast spinning speed, it takes only 25 seconds to complete one full rotation. This means a day on this star lasts a mere 25 seconds. Lamont CO24-1952 is located in the constellation Aries, approximately 2,000 light-years from Earth. It is the fastest spinning white dwarf ever discovered by humanity. As we all know, the Earth rotates on its axis once every 24 hours. Meanwhile, the average time it takes for the Sun to complete one rotation on its axis is about a month. Astronomers at the University of Warwick, led by Great Belisalite and his colleagues, after detecting an outburst of light from a white dwarf located near a red dwarf, scientists have identified Lamont CO24-1952. They detected this brief flash phenomenon repeating every 24.93 seconds, thereby determining the white dwarf's rotation period. Typically, a white dwarf takes many hours, or even several days, to complete a single rotation on its axis. However, such rapid motion has only been discovered to be due to the star being supplied with gas from a nearby red dwarf. White dwarfs are one of the oldest observable celestial objects in the universe. They have also been the primary focus of numerous prominent scientific studies in recent years. For example, in recent years, the white dwarf star and scientist Saunders John have helped astronomers prove Einstein's theory of relativity. Frame dragging. Previously, astronomers at the University of Warwick had also obtained direct observations proving that thousands of white dwarfs in the Milky Way are gradually crystallizing as they cool over millennia. In the future, the Sun will also undergo a similar process before fading out and becoming a nebula. This discovery indicates that some white dwarfs are actually billions of years older than previous calculations suggested. The oldest stars in the universe may even be nearly as old as the universe itself. This means that exploring the mysteries of white dwarfs promises to yield valuable insights into the history of the universe. This ghost star system allows us to look back in time, to see the Earth of 5 billion years from now. Astronomers have just discovered a dead star system that resembles a copy of our solar system, revealing the events that could happen to Earth and the 7 other planets in the next few billion years. The good news is that in another 5 billion years, the planets of the solar system will not be completely destroyed. After the Sun blazes intensely and then burns out, it will become a white dwarf. But the sad news is that our Earth will not be among those survivors. According to an article by Associate Professor Dimitri Farad from the University of Warwick, UK, at the W.M. Keck Observatory in Hawaii, the microlensing detection method has been implemented. Assist in researching the phenomenon of light bending when passing through a strong gravitational field. Scientists have observed a star system centered around a white dwarf. The way we behold light has journeyed through 500 years. This method can only be implemented when the two stars are aligned from Earth's observational perspective. The gravitational force of the foreground star will act to amplify the light emitted from the star behind it. If the emitted light is bent at a certain point, at that location, there is a planet orbiting the foreground star. A white dwarf is the final stage in a star's life cycle. When our Sun exhausts its energy supply, first, it will expand and become a red giant star. Then, it collapsed and became a tiny white dwarf star. The surprising aspect of the newly discovered white dwarf system is that it still has a giant planet orbiting it. A planet of the same type as Earth. However, it is quite possible that it was formed from two planets that survived the death of their parent star. Based on this new finding, the original study was just published in the scientific journal Nature, predicting the future of the solar system in the coming time. Accordingly, Mercury, Venus, and Earth will be engulfed when the Sun explodes in its final phase. At that point, the star will expand, becoming a red giant. Jupiter will almost certainly always exist alongside its giant moons. but perhaps that will be supplemented by a merger with the neighboring small planet, Mars. The more distant planets, particularly the four gas giants, also have a high probability of existing. Everything will become cold and frigid, lacking the warmth of the sun. However, it cannot be certain that a new wave will not emerge. Beneath the subsurface oceans of certain planets, as well as those of the large moons orbiting Jupiter and Saturn, a strange planetary system has just been discovered, where 3 planets had Earth-like conditions but have transformed into Venus-like states. Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, TESS, the agency. Among them, one planet has been identified as the smallest ever discovered in the history of TESS's operations. TESS is NASA's space telescope with the mission of discovering exoplanets. 3 additional planets orbiting a faint dwarf star have been identified. It is named L9859 and is located approximately 35 light-years from our Earth. Excerpt from an article published in the journal Astronomy Kojino. The TESS operations team is represented by Dr. Vesel and Kotov, from NASA's Ames Research Center and the SETI Institute. Unfortunately, no planets in this planetary system are located within the habitable zone of its parent star, L9859. This place possesses all the necessary conditions for existence within the world of the Soul. Venus region. Of the solar system, it is where planets may once have possessed atmospheres similar to Earth's. However, throughout the planetary system's evolution, they are forced to endure the greenhouse effect at an extreme level. What brutally stripped it of its atmosphere and turned it into a copy of Venus? Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system. In this planetary system, the planet L9859b, which is closest to its parent star, has a size approximately between that of Mars and Earth. A year on this planet lasts only 2.25 days, and it receives 22 times more energy from the Sun than Earth does. Compared to Earth, this is the smallest planet ever discovered by TES. The remaining 2 planets, L9859c and L9859d, are 1.4 and 1.6 times the size of Earth, respectively. A year on that